Alright, this is Mike Messier. It's time for a little webcam stickery-doo, a little talk, a little chat session with me, Mike Messier. And what should we talk about? Well, let's all go to the movies. Let's talk about a movie that I saw tonight called Hall Pass. Okay, so you've probably seen the commercials, and you probably haven't seen this movie because a lot of people haven't seen it. So let's talk about it. Now, if you don't want to be ruined, if you don't want the surprises in this film ruined, do not watch this webcam unless you want to watch me flap my lips with the sound off. So let's discuss. The movie is about a series of gentlemen, played by Owen Wilson and some guy who I don't know his name, and they're basically married and they're living these boring lives in marriage. And Owen Wilson and his wife and the other guy's wife, who's played by Christina Applegate, the lovely Christina Applegate, you might remember from Married with Children. Basically, their wives talk to Joy Behar, who is from the View program. You probably know her as the loud, tries to be funny but isn't really funny one. And Joy's character, who she's not playing Joy Behar herself, she's playing a character, tells the wives about the hall pass theory, which means that these wives allow their husbands to cheat on them or to be debaucherous for a week, and this will somehow save their marriages from boringness. So that sets up our premise, and yada yada yada. We have a movie. So is the movie any good? Well, it starts very strong. There's a lot of chuckles and grins in the audience that I was watching the film with. A lot of people were laughing. There's some funny gags. There's a guy who more or less shits in a sandbox, but that's not a sandbox. It's the sand dune on a golf course. So that gives a good chuckle. And there's a lot of funny things that happen. There's some good stalking by Owen Wilson to a coffee barista, a coffee waitress. He stalks her. And later we're paid off because she is topless, without a top in the film. There's also some penises in the film, some male penises, an Irish penis and an African American penis, and you can guess what happens there. A little sight gag. So all types of things are covered as far as nudity. And as far as content of the film, like I said, the first 45 minutes is very strong. Farley Brothers, or the Farrelly Brothers, or the barely funny brothers sometimes, they do have a return to form, so to speak, of their kingpin ways and their something about merry ways, merry gentlemen ways of making us chuckle and grin. So the movie is strong for a while, and then it turns weak because basically, from what I've seen of these guys in their last 5 or 6 movies, they always start pretty strong, and then when they try to get into plot and character lines and story development, it just falls to shit. So more or less, that's what happens here. So on a scale of 1 to 10, I give this film maybe a 6 or a 7. On an A, B, C, D, F scale, I give it perhaps a C plus, C minus. Uh, is it worth seeing for a Tuesday, a $6 Tuesday, or maybe a matinee? It's worth seeing for a full priced affair for a 9, 10, $11 movie. Not really. But Owen Wilson, I am a fan of Owen Wilson. He is funny in this. He plays a little bit out of character. He doesn't play the hip happening 30 something. He plays the um, middle aged, boring husband guy. Um, let's talk about the other cast. The other guy in the movie, who I don't know his name, is relatively funny. He starts off very misogynistic and very humorous, and then he turns into a soft pud by the end of the film. Christina Applegate is charming and beautiful and pretty, as always. Who else? The Australian barista, the coffee barista, is a gorgeous woman. I've never seen her before. She might have a career because she is very attractive and willing to shed her clothes for a film. And what else? There's a guy who plays a short filmmaker who works in the coffee house with the Australian barista, and he is quite funny at times, playing the obnoxious short film coffee house guy. He's pretty funny. The wife of Owen Wilson is moderately attractive, not very attractive, in my opinion. She is wholesome, a mom, but really not particularly funny or charming or beautiful, just middling. And their kids in the opening scene are actually pretty funny when they're talking to Owen Wilson. So what you have here basically is a typical average Farley Brothers film. It's not great, it doesn't suck, it starts strong, and it goes into Blaville by the end of it. So I know they're from Rhode Island, and we're all supposed to sing and dance because they're making Rhode Island famous for filmmaking. But the reality is they could do better because they have done better. So why not do better again, in my opinion? And the film wasn't even filmed in Rhode Island, although it takes place in Rhode Island. It was filmed in Atlanta. Shh, don't tell. So there you have it, folks. That's the Mike Messier film review of the film. Can't remember the name. Hall Pass. Hall Pass. Now, if you want to see some real quality films that I make, go to www.wrestlingwithsanity.com and you can watch the Mike Messier film experience, or you can go to mikemessier.com and watch my public access TV show pilot and all the other stickery-do that I do. You can Google search Stickman, Schtick man, and you can look for the Mike Messier show pilot. Sybil Shepherd's Retarded Son, Dash, The Mike Messier Show pilot. You can do a whole lot of stuff looking for me, but you won't see me pounding around with the Farley brothers because I don't know them, I don't play street hockey with them, I don't wash their dog, and I've never had the opportunity to meet them, although I've sent them an audition tape and apparently they didn't watch it, because if they did, maybe they'd put me in one of their fucking movies. So there you have it, folks. There's a Mike Messier film review straight from Rhode Island, the happening, hippening place in the world, and I will leave you with no final thought. So that's it. Goodbye. I hope you enjoy the movies, and go to mikemessier.com, go to wrestlingwithsanity.com, go, 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 and then you can all say, gee whiz, what is this fucking guy doing? Goodbye.